Hello, this is Nicole Sims, the boutique expert, and welcome to my channel. I have over 30 years in retail, fashion, and visual merchandising, working with brands like Nike, Forever 21, Spanx, and The Gap. I've led the strategies behind high-performing stores and multi-location execution. Now, I help established fashion brands and boutique owners apply those same proven techniques to grow smarter and scale stronger. Are you a boutique owner or small retail fashion brand owner and always wanted to start your own line? Well, pay attention. There's some really costly mistakes if you don't do it correctly, because with selling other brands and building your own are two very different games. And the mistakes that can be made here are very expensive. If you want to avoid these expensive mistakes, make sure you avoid the pitfalls and ensure you have the strategy to have your very own brand. Stay tuned. Owning your own retail brand is a big step. You can have a very successful retail company right now, have your own boutique, very, very successful, but you're selling wholesale and you're selling someone else's name. But you always dreamed of selling your own brand or having your name on that label. Or you've tried in the past and you hit a plateau and it just failed miserably. On today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 ways to avoid and mistakes to avoid, and how you as a boutique owner or a retail owner was already selling wholesale, so you know the business, but trying to transition from being the CEO of a wholesale brand to the CEO of your own fashion empire. All right, and point number 1, thinking your experience is your strategy. This is a big one for you boutique owners and retail owners, because this one's really directly at you. Just because you know what sells in your store doesn't mean you know how to build your own brand. They're two different things. The mistake here is relying on your past instinct for instead of new structure. For the consequences of this is you launch products that don't align or don't scale or don't connect with your current customers. So to avoid this, you need a clear product strategy, not just good taste or fashion sense. Point in mistake number 2, your inventory risk is now yours. So when you buy wholesale, you can adjust here or there, okay? It's a little easier to make those adjustments when things are selling fast or things are selling slow. But when you buy your own line, is a very different situation because you own every single piece. And the main mistakes here are you overbuy or overproduce without validating that demand. So the consequence is that you have thousands of dollars sitting in unused inventory that you can't get rid of and that you're just stuck with. What you need to avoid this is smarter inventory planning tied to sales data and not just guesswork. But number 3, you have weak brand positioning. A lot of boutique owners launch lines that look exactly like what you already sell. The whole point is to make your brand stand out. There's no differentiation there. Your line looks just like what you're already selling wholesale. So the consequences of this is that your brand competes with the brands you already sell, and it loses. So what you need is a distinct identity that gives customers a reason to choose your line first. They're already excited about you. They're already excited about your brand and who you are as a boutique, but give them something more exciting. Hey, this is our line. This is my line that we designed specifically for you, and it will fly. But you need to make sure that you have a great brand positioning to distinguish you. Number 4, inconsistent customer experience. This is so key. You build a beautiful store either online or offline, and your brand though that you created with your new line doesn't match at the same level. So if a beautiful high scale, but then the line you create doesn't really match that customer that you already are servicing. The mistake here is there's no consistency in your visuals, your messaging, or your presentation. So the consequence is your brand feels disconnected to your customer and doesn't convert like it really should. What you need is cohesive experience from product to presentation. And last point number 4, you have no growth strategy. Launching your line is one thing. You've done everything right to begin with. You launch off and it has a great response. Scaling it, that's where most people fall off. And the mistake here is that you have no plan for repeat customers. You have no plan for expansion or to have consistent sales. The consequences here are you have initial excitement. People who love your brand are ready and waiting for your new launch. But then you're followed by slow, stagnant revenue because you really didn't plan past the launch. What you need here is a growth strategy that supports long-term success. And this is where a lot of boutique owners and retail owners get stuck. They have the vision, they have a great already fashion business, they have the eye, and they already have the customer. But they don't have the right strategy, so they stay selling everyone else's line but their own. If you're ready to stop building someone else's brand and finally build your own the right way, then you need to meet me and sign up for the Fashion Brand Founder Readiness Masterclass. Because inside, I will show you the retail side of it, where you understand how to transition from boutique owner to a brand owner, how to avoid all these costly mistakes I just went over, and how to build a line that actually sells and scales. And then you also learn from Crystal Lewis, the CEO of Black Unicorn Merchandising, who tell you the production side. So maybe you already tried to launch a line and it just plateaued and didn't do well. You cost thousands of dollars the wrong way. She'll teach you the right way to show to find a manufacturer, to have quality control, to do tech packs, to really make sure that you're doing as cost effective and high quality of a product is produced that people actually want. So you have both sides of the coin to make sure you transition from being a wholesale business to an actual fashion brand business. So click the link below, sign up today, and secure your spot to be in the room to get a detailed strategy on both sides. A full retail strategy, marketing, selling, visual presentation, branding, and then the manufacturing production strategy of tech packs, quality control, and finding the right sourcing. So click the link below and get in the room on May 1st. This masterclass is a game changer because staying where you are might feel comfortable. You might have some success with your boutique or your fashion brand or your retail business, but it's also keeping you from your next level in your business. Click the link below and sign up today. If this episode gave you clarity or helped you see your business differently, share it with a boutique bestie who needs to hear it. Make sure you subscribe and like if you love this content and want to see more executive level retail strategy here. And remember, don't just run your store, lead it like a CEO. And I'll see you in the next episode.